Bored, bored, bored. She felt at an utter loss. The weekend loomed before her, dull and empty. She lay on her bed and looked out the window at the sky. That cloud over there looked like a sausage dog. The one just above the telegraph pole resembled Boris Johnson's hair. She heard a car pull up outside. She hoped it was someone exciting. She hoped it was Rob bringing the children back and saying he couldn't have them after all this weekend. Oh, no, she thought, as she clambered to the window and looked down at the street. A black Fiat Panda was parked at the curb, and her parents were climbing out. She'd been avoiding them since she and Rob had split. She knew it was awful, but she couldn't bear to tell them. She'd kept contact to a few truncated telephone calls and prayed they wouldn't pop round. Frankie's mum and dad were old school with a capital O and a capital S. Pam had been wearing print floral dresses on her self-confessed ample frame since the age of 30. Hadn't worked since the Dark Ages, last known employment, the broken biscuit counter at Woolies, and firmly believed that a woman's place was in the kitchen or sometimes the garden, butchering laburnum bushes, or sometimes the living room, where she enjoyed looming over Ted and his nightly tea on a wicker tray, making sure he had enough salt and pepper or mustard or brown sauce. And was the gravy hot enough, or should she throw the whole thing back in the microwave for another 5 minutes? Pam was a terrible cook, a lover of shop-bought Battenberg, and she liked things how they used to be. She took no truck with new-fangled gadgets or women's lib, interchangeable, and she believed men were to be served. Ted enjoyed being served, despite the terrible food. He was a very quiet man. Well, he had to be. There couldn't be two overpowering, hysteria-prone people in that relationship. They would detonate each other and explode in an almighty mushroom cloud over Essex. And that would be a worry. The blasted modern age, as Pam put it, gave her cause for lots of worry. She had an abject fear of the internet, for example, and was always cutting snippets out of the paper, i.e. the Daily Mail, about its dangers and popping them in the post to Frankie. While she was at it, mobile phones, iPads, iPods, game consoles, the Wii U, Game Boys, DVDs, and sat-navs were also the work of evil. And if she found any evidence of this in the paper, she would also let Frankie know via a pair of pinking shears and the Royal Mail. Frankie was never sure if all this hysteria was down to genuine, loving concern for her family, or whether Pam just enjoyed sitting astride a very high, old-fashioned horse and slipping things into envelopes. As she let them in, Frankie felt slightly sick. And not just because her mother was thrusting yet another sodding pot plant at her she knew she would kill within days. Did she really have to tell her mother she and Rob had split up? She knew just what her mother would say. "Oh, Francesca!" There it was. Her mum's constant lament. She'd said it all the time when Frankie was young. If she fell over, if she dropped an ice cream on the ground, if, as a teenager, she was upset over a boy, failed an exam, or attempted to go out the front door in a too-short skirt and a pair of white stilettos. And it appeared Pam couldn't give it up. "Oh, Francesca!" Pam was perched on the sofa. She never sat back properly. It was as if she always had somewhere she'd rather be, something she really should be getting on with, instead. Usually some badly done, martyring domestic task. Her bag was also perched on her lap. It was ready for every eventuality, that bag, like a cracked yellow leather version of Mary Poppins's carpet bag. Everything was rammed in it.